Hello everybody, welcome back to Louisiana Homestead. How are y'all doing out there? I hope y'all are doing just fine. I want to talk to y'all a little bit today before it starts raining again. Yesterday we got a big rain, and right before we was able to go and pick some potatoes. We had been wanting to get those out of the ground, and we definitely wanted to get them right before that rain came. Look all the water I'm walking through right here. Right when we was finishing up picking our potatoes, it started to sprinkle on us. We was able to get them up and get them out of the rain in time. We got to put them in the tractor bucket and get them on back to the house, but we wasn't able to have enough time to unload them. We had to do that today. But anyhow, once it had started raining and the rain set in yesterday, it also began to hail. I guess the hail was about marble sized, and it came down for a few minutes. I would say 5 minutes maybe at the most, but still it was enough for me and Mr. E to be very worried about our gardens that were exposed to it. So I wanted to come out here and get a look at our squash and zucchini plants and just see exactly what the damage was to them. You see these holes in the leaves? All these holes was made by that hail that was marble size for just 5 minutes. So I'll just take you down, and you see the smaller plants, all of the things, all the leaves were affected here, but it wasn't a terrible damage. As you can see, the plants are still standing. So it wasn't, even though there's a lot of holes in the leaves, the plants will recover. It's not going to be anything that's going to ruin them. So looks like we're going to be okay. But it just goes to show, you know, if this would have kept up, it could have been a whole lot worse for us. It could have ruined the plants if the hail had been bigger or it had lasted longer. So that just goes to show you can plant and you can grow. You can plant and you can grow and you can make all kind of plans. And if the Heavenly Father wants, all your plans can go down the drain really quick. So we have to remember that we're at His mercy, and no matter what kind of steps we take, that's not a guarantee on anything. So when you do have bumper harvest years, put your stuff up. Put it up in any way that you can. Freeze it, can it, dry it, dehydrate it, whatever. Because last year I put up all kind of squash and zucchini. I'm so glad that I did, especially when this has happened to me. Now it looks like these plants are going to be okay and we'll make some, but who's to say we won't get that kind of storm in a little while. We're actually expecting another rain session this evening, and who knows what it'll bring, or the next one after it. The leaves are just full of holes, and that's all from that little bitty session of hail that we had yesterday evening. I want to show y'all another zucchini I have over here that I showed y'all the other day, and I see that it has actually received a little hail damage itself. So let's just take a quick little look at it. You see that? And that. And that. You see it right there and there and there? That's all nicks from that hail. It don't take much to get a little damage. The okra looks fine. I don't see much of a problem with it. I mean, it's got some holes in it too. You see that? It sustained a little damage as well. Looks like a couple of them was broken from it. You see that? See another one here broken. Those weren't like that. That's from that hailstorm. I've always been able to find 4-leaf clovers very easily. I know that's totally off subject what we're doing right now, but I'm just walking out here and I seen a 4-leaf clover. I find them very easily. So I just want to show y'all this one. See if y'all see it. Do you see it? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's take that with us. Whew, let's take that with us and move on up to the next garden and check and see what's happened with it for this next rain session kicks in. Mr. E's trying to get those potatoes out of that bucket in the front. We're going to check on him as well, hopefully, if he's not already moved on. He moves pretty quick now. He might be hurt, but he moves pretty quickly from one task to the next. Okay, this is our cushaws, as you can see. There's holes in those as well. I mean, nothing could have escaped it. That was right here on this property yesterday. And let's just look at the cushaws. There's one coming. There's another and another. And like I was saying, they're probably going to go into that tree. But anyhow, they sustained about the same damage as you've seen on the squash. The sunflowers got a little bit too. But they're all still standing. They look good. They're going to be all right. Now this area's got these shade cloths on it, thank goodness. That's where these tomato plants are. And that protected them. That protected these tomato plants. What's made in there? They are growing. Let's come in here and check. You see also all this is under the protection of this shade cloth. So everything here looks pretty good. That's the yard long beans. They're starting to climb this fence as well. You see that? They're climbing. These little black wasps build in here every year. I don't think they sting, but they sure scare me. Every time I come by here, they all start flying out of there. I don't know what kind of wasp that is. Okay, this is some potatoes that Mr. E had planted a few months ago. What he did was he took one of these 5-gallon buckets. He had 2 of them. And he says they were both about a quarter full. Potato seed, the eyes. So he added basically a half of a 5-gallon bucket of the seed, which is this. This is one that was actually still in the ground, even though it's cut, that it was still good. How long was they in there, baby? 3 months. They could have went longer, but we wanted to get them out then, and we got it just before the rain, and we ended up getting 8.5 5-gallon buckets full on the return. Most of them were these red potatoes, but some of them, we had one row with these white looking potatoes, Yukon Golds. And we had 2 rows with these red potatoes. What kind were these red ones?
Red Lesotas.
Red Lesotas. So I just wanted to give y'all an idea of the return that was gotten off of these potatoes.
I thought we was gonna get about 6 buckets.
So we did way better. All right, tractor bucket's emptied out and all the potatoes have been put up. So here's a little look at them. I know it's hard to see because it's not real good lighting here, but it's kind of almost basement storage area. So just the way it looks in here, it's dark. Y'all hear those rain frogs calling? They calling for another rain. They sure are doing it. Pears are growing, huh?
Yeah.
That's good.
Flowers on them things. That's from that good, I'm convinced that's from that good fertilizer tea I make.
Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful thing to have, I tell you.
Some awesome stuff. Man, that hail come close.
Oh,
Hail.
yeah. Yeah, it damaged even the okra, anything, really, anything. It even broke a couple of the little leaves on the okra. I showed them. So
there's one of those. Ooh, but that's a spiny one. Amaranth. I don't know if I can pick it. I cut myself yesterday right in a spot that yeah, it's sticking me. They got some bad. I got it. That's the spiny.
Let's see some of them spines on it.
Ooh, they hurt.
Look. Oh, Lord, yeah.
But there's another one that looks basically just like this, but it don't have spines. And I looked it all up. There's a spiny one and there's not a spiny one. I think they call it red amaranth.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think a common name around here, people call that a pigweed, and I think I've heard people call that a sheepweed.
Huh.
But this is edible, one of the edible plant.
But we don't want it in our okra.
We don't need it. We got these things come up. That sourdough is edible too, but I've been digging it up like crazy when I could walk. So
I was walking right here a while ago and I found a 4-leaf clover. I showed it.
How many leaves it had?
4. Bye.
I found one the other day too, but it only had 3 leaves left. So good Lord. Yeah, I seen that. The first thing I seen when I come out here was holes all in them sunflowers. I'm like, that's from that hail.
Yeah, even I didn't show them the holes in the sunflowers over here. Look at that.
But it hit them.
It hit everything.
It was about marble. I don't know if you told.
Yeah, I did. About marble size.
About marble size hail, and it had the potential to do some bad stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I had said it had lasted 5 minutes, but it didn't last a full 5 minutes.
I said 2 or 3 because Josh said he timed it or something. My son, he said it didn't last no more than 3 minutes. But I was getting nervous and I was doing some serious praying.
It seemed like it lasted longer than 3 minutes when you hear it bouncing off the roof like that.
The Heavenly Father is trying to tell people with all the things going on in the world. And that's a little easy example. And he's always historically used hail. He says he stores it up in his storehouses, the hail and the hoary ice or something like that. But it makes you, in just that little instance, makes you feel how insignificant we are. We don't control nothing. He can wipe you out in a minute with a little bit of hail if he wants to.
Yeah.
People need to wake up and we can't depend on ourselves for prepping. Because I said that before, if he's not with us, it don't matter how much prepping we do. We got to go to him for refuge. We got to go to him for our great physician. Because after all, you ain't going to have none of that. You can't depend on the government. The government's not going to help you. The government can't save you. And you can't save yourself.
They can't stop.
Only he can save you.
That's right.
So the hail is just an example. I just sat back and prayed because I was powerless to do one little bitty thing about it.
Nope, there wasn't a thing you could do about it.
And you gotta learn. We took off our glasses to tell y'all bye. We look like movie stars when we take our glasses off.
It's about to start raining again. We're going in. We're glad y'all came along for the little Gordon tour with us. We could show y'all what happened with those potatoes and with that hail. We hope you share, like, and subscribe. And until next time.
Y'all help us out. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We do look like movie stars, though. The hillbillies, the Beverly Hillbillies. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We love y'all.
Love y'all.